17 and a lot of parents and students watching That Most Accurate Forecast. We're here live in front of Kyrene de las Brisas Elementary in the Kyrene School District. We know 16,000 students are going back today. We are starting to see some teachers show up. I also saw them put out the speed limit sign, so they're getting ready for that return. And want to point out that masks will be required for students on school buses, and they are going to be highly encouraged inside the school buildings. That's in guidance with the CDC. They're not required, but again, they are highly encouraged. There's been so many changes over the last few days. We get that. So we want to walk you through this and let you know what the science is behind all of this so that you can make the best decisions for you and your family. So as, of course, another round of Valley students heads back, we know you have a lot of questions about this. So let's bring in our ABC 15 health insider, Dr. Janice Johnston. You've seen her on our air quite a bit. Dr. Johnston with Redirect Health, I want to thank you for being with us again. I want to get it right into the questions right now. Let's start with the mask suggestions, okay, from the CDC. Kind of a reversal of course here from the CDC, because for the last few months, the CDC has said if you are vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask indoors in public. But now, because of the Delta variant, we're seeing them change things up a little bit. What do you think about that?
Well, as a physician, we've been actually waiting for this because we are definitely seeing a rise in cases again, mostly in the unvaccinated, but occasionally a breakthrough case as well. So I think it's actually a good idea to do so.
Interesting that you said you've been waiting for the CDC to issue some kind of guidance about this. Now, this week they also mentioned that they're going to suggest that kids wear masks inside K through 12 schools. As a doctor, what are your thoughts about that?
So I know no one wants to hear that, but we're not surprised to see that this recommendation is coming for children. Children are not vaccinated presently. We're waiting for the vaccines to be approved in the age groups under 12, but kids are not typically going to get as sick with COVID if they get COVID, but of course they can transmit it to others.
Absolutely. They almost like a vessel to other members of the family, especially if it's a multi-generational house, and that's the exact situation we want to avoid. What other mitigation measures would you like to see schools in Arizona take?
So I know that in the last year they were doing a lot of things where they say a classroom would go to recess together so that they could contain that group together. Now I'm hearing that, grades will go to recess as a group, so maybe 4 different classrooms. We're going to be going together. If there were to be a case that happened in that group, it's going to be hard to, do some contact tracing in those situations.
So almost like a cohort setup you would like to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see obviously what happens moving forward, because we've seen a number of changes. So Dr. Janice Johnston with Redirect Health, I want to thank you for being with us this morning. You're going to join us in our 7 o'clock hour on the CW 61 Arizona. So she's going to stay with us. She's not going anywhere. And our team coverage is just beginning here at the Kyrene School District this morning. Plenty of other changes and stats to go over with you this morning, Kaylee.
Yeah, there are so many questions. I have been on our social media feeds DMing with a lot of parents who have a lot of questions. So thank you for being out there, and please thank Dr. Janice Johnston as well. Nick, we'll be back with you here momentarily. We've got some other